Week 5 NFL picks, previews, and more opening odds. Let's go. Week 5 is here. No one's sharper than me. San Francisco in the under all day long last night. Miami minus the 3 against the Jets. Opened 44.5. A lot of money on the under already. Tua out for this game. There's a big breakdown between Tua and Bridgewater. I mean, if you want to, most quarterbacks 3 points, I'd give it 4 on this one. A lot of early money on the under. Bridgewater, not even close to Tua. Huge difference. Maybe worth at least 3-4 points. Opening line was 3 and 44.5. Look ahead line was 6. So they're giving it 3 points, but I think it's more. I think it's a trap play as well on the Dolphins against the Jets. I think the Jets get another W here. LA at Cleveland. Chargers opened up 349. I can only see betting the over in this game. I can't see anything else. Chargers been chucking it around. They pretty much abandoned their run game. Herbert, 7 straight games on the road of 300 more passing yards. Chargers totally abandoned the run game. The defense is all banged up as well. It's a great over team to bet right now, the Chargers. They went over last week against the Texans easy. They went over the week before when they lost to Jacksonville. Clowney's banged up. Myles Garrett is out. So defense for the Cleveland, definitely a problem. But their offense still can ball, and they can put up points as well. So, I mean, would have to say over the total on this one. The line hasn't moved at all. It's 349. Detroit, New England. New England, 2.5, 46.5. Detroit's the highest scoring team in the league, yet they're only 1-3. They gave up 8.8 yards on their defense to Geno Smith, 8.8 yards per play. Lions, just their defense, they're another great over team. This looks trappy, though, at minus 2.5 with just New England at home. When was the last time you saw New England at only 2.5 against a team like Detroit at home? Looks like a trap play to me. San Francisco at Carolina. And also New England's coming off a real tough, emotional loss on the road as well against the Packers last week. San Francisco, Carolina. Carolina, worst offense in the league. San Francisco will suffocate them. They should. And I'm taking back my opinion on the Carolina Panthers making the playoffs or getting anywhere near 5.5 wins this season. All the early money on San Fran after Monday night. San Fran goes from 5, then they went to 6, 6.5, 7 in some spots right now. San Francisco, if you're going to bet them, you better get them under a touchdown early because by game time, I only see this line going up. Philadelphia, -5 at Arizona. Eagles are banged up, believe it or not, especially in the secondary. Their offensive line is banged up as well. BetCris already had a line on this game at 2.5 Arizona favored a couple weeks ago. Now, obviously, with the performance of both teams, Philadelphia opens 5 and 49.5. That's a high line to look at that line right now, 49.5. The way the Arizona Cardinals offense have looked. But Eagles can score a lot, and their defense is banged up. So I could see a high-scoring game in this one. The total, this game hasn't moved from 5 to 6, but all the money's been on a buyback on Arizona taking the points. So maybe the public thinks Arizona's going to wake up this week at home. I don't know. Dallas at the Rams. Rams opened 6. The look-ahead was 7. But the Rams looked so bad on Monday night. Obviously the early money's on Dallas. Went from 6 to 5 to 4, probably down to 3.5 by game time. So if you're taking the Cowboys, take them now because I don't see anybody betting the Rams this week the way they look. Total's down to 44 from 45.5. They get Michael Gallup back for the Cowboys. They're 3-0 with Cooper Rush, ATS so far. And since 1973, the Cowboys, it's the first time since 1973 they haven't let up at least 20 points in any games in their first 4 games. So Cowboys are looking good, and those were one of my picks to win the NFC. One of my futures bet: Cowboys, Packers, and Eagles. Cincinnati, Baltimore. Baltimore -3, 47.5. Baltimore's coming off. They played the toughest schedule so far. They should be 4-0. They were up 55-17 combined against the Dolphins and the Bills and blew 2 leads. They're 2-2, and now they get the Bengals. Great. And the Bengals offense have looked a lot more focused recently, and their only trouble they're having is scoring in the red zone. So all the early money's on the over, 47.5 to 48.5. If Cincinnati can just put it in the red zone and pick it up in the red zone and score TDs instead of field goals. They could blow out Baltimore in this one. Who knows? And their defense, the Bengals, playing real well. Second fewest TDs allowed per drive in the NFL. This is a tough game either way. Baltimore, Cincy, I can see taking both sides, but it comes down to the more focused team. Who's more focused? I got to say Cincinnati, with Baltimore coming off deflating losses like that. I don't know. 47.5 totals up to 48.5. That's week 5 in the NFL on your early line report.